Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's webinar on global indirect tax. Before I introduce you to our speakers, just a little housekeeping this morning. There's quite a lot to get through in this very short space of time, and we are aware there may be questions. I'd encourage you to submit your questions through the Q&A function today, and if we don't have time to get to them all, we'll be sure to answer all of these questions and send them out to you as a follow-up. The webinar is being recorded, so you can revisit it yourself or share with colleagues who may also be interested in viewing the content. Today, we'll cover the following. We're going to talk a little bit about Chrome River and the relationship there. We're going to talk about the challenges and opportunities in around the VAT industry, a little bit about our Taxback International ourselves, our continuous improvement program, and some of the VAT changes and trends in the market. So now on to our speakers. Bill Humphrey is Partnerships Director at Chrome River Technologies and has over 20 years experience in the travel technology industry. He's been with Chrome River since 2015 and has worked with some of the biggest travel names in the industry like CWT, Sabre and Get There. Nigel O'Donovan is Strategic Global Manager, Enterprise Sales at Taxback International. He's been with Taxback for almost 10 years now, working with some of the largest companies in the world. He has extensive knowledge of VAT and the complexities surrounding it. We are absolutely delighted to have them both sharing their knowledge with you all today. So now I'm going to hand over to Bill.
Perfect. Thanks, Sinead, and good morning, everyone. I'll just do a quick check. Sinead, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Beautiful. That's a good start. Okay, so before I hand over to Nigel, I'd like to tell you a little bit about Chrome River. So we specialize in expense and invoice management. Our teams today are based in the UK, Germany, Australia, and the US. So we're sort of covering all the major continents. And Chrome River solutions are built to be fully mobile and configurable to meet the needs of our customers today and in the future. As of now, we have over 900 customers in 115 countries. And today the solution is available in 31 languages. Now, we're experts in what we do, so we really value our partnerships with the likes of Taxback, PwC, as well as travel tech companies like Amadeus, Egencia, and Sabre. Now, the integrations we have with these partners help us to provide a seamless experience whilst giving our customers the option to select the best supplier in each area of expertise, whether it be tax, travel, or expense. We have a diverse mix of customers in terms of size and industry type, including Coca-Cola Hellenic, one of the largest bottling companies in the world. And they are today using Chrome River across 3 different continents and, believe it or not, in 24 different languages. We recently were lucky enough to be awarded the business for ExxonMobil, one of the largest companies in the world. And also Cargill have been a long-term customer of ours, and they are, I believe, still the largest privately owned company in the US. Now, what's interesting about all of these companies, and many of our companies today, is that they use SAP for maybe HR, finance, and for other areas. And they selected Chrome River for their expense management, so we're delighted to have them as customers. And it's customers like these that are aware of the importance of tax reclaim and tax compliance to their business. So what about the flow of data? Now, one of the best things about using an automated expense solution like Chrome River is that we take and store all this lovely data on your travel and expense spend. We can take all of the travel data, including your flights, your hotels, your car, your RAL, your credit card transactions, out-of-pocket expenses or cash expenses, and the receipts and invoices are easily uploaded or emailed directly into Chrome River using a mobile, phone, tablet, or desktop computer. So all of this data and the supporting images is sent onto the customer's finance systems for obviously to reimburse the individuals for their expenses, but it can also be given to Taxback for the tax reclaim. So Nigel, at this stage, I'm going to hand over to you.
Great, Bill. Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. So, as Bill said, we're delighted to be partnered with Chrome River. We quickly realized, I guess, by integrating with Chrome River, how we could simplify the recovery process for Chrome River's clients and vice versa, ensuring that recovery of VAT was done in a simplified manner and in the most efficient manner possible, maximizing the recovery, but always in a fully compliant manner. So I guess for those of you who are not aware of it, the key challenges of VAT reclaim in terms of foreign and domestic reclaim would be kind of categorized under the following headings. First would be, it's a complex and diverse system. There's VAT legislation and different rules and regulations in each country that you're recovering VAT from. Each tax territory would have its own domestic VAT system. There's different expenses, different tax rates, different rules and regulations in each country, both for domestic VAT reclaim and also for foreign VAT reclaim. Most of your staff, your accounts team or your finance team, tax teams, have other core activities that you simply would not have the time or expertise to recover VAT in an efficient, compliant manner. The language and time zones and currency issues are also an issue. In terms of foreign VAT reclaims, you do need to have a number of languages in-house when submitting a tax claim to an international tax office. If you're submitting a claim, for example, to France, Germany, or Italy, or Spain, they all need to be done in the language of that country. So you do need to have multilingual capabilities, which we have at Taxback International. There's a high rate of rejected claims in terms of foreign claims. An inefficient foreign VAT reclaim processes obviously limit your refund and impair your cash flow. So reclaiming tax in overseas countries, where can you do it? Tax is recoverable internationally in 46 countries worldwide. On the domestic level, it's possible. Most countries have, about 199 countries worldwide have a domestic VAT reclaim mechanism. So if you have Chrome River in all of your entities overseas, we can successfully recover domestic VAT recovery in any country internationally and in all 46 countries for the foreign VAT reclaim. How it happens, there's 3 different types of VAT recovery. There's a 6th directive, which is your domestic VAT recovery. There's 8th directive, which is EU to EU claims. And there's a 13th directive claim, which is outside the EU into EU. And those 3 types of recovery have various different methods and processes involved. The information that you need is basically you need your employees to get a compliant receipt in order to recover the VAT successfully, and we look after everything else from there. For 6th and 8th directive claims, everything can be done through your Chrome River system, where the scanned image will be kept, all the necessary data and the scanned image of the invoice that is necessary to recover on a 6th directive or 8th directive claim. Just a little bit about Taxback International. Taxback International are the leading global provider of VAT recovery services, and we have been in business for over 20 years. So we have over 20 years of experience in helping clients worldwide to recover VAT, both on a domestic and international level. Our expertise, processes, and unique selling points can be categorized, I guess, under the following headings. First is our risk and compliance. We offer a fully indemnified solution, and this, eliminates any risk to you or your business. In terms of foreign VAT reclaims, we offer a contingency fee, which means that we take a percentage of the successfully recovered VAT from the tax office. If you don't get anything back, then you don't get charged any fee, so there's no risk. In terms of domestic VAT recovery, we offer you a fully indemnified domestic VAT recovery report that you use to offset your VAT liability on a monthly or quarterly basis. So again, because it's indemnified, there's no risk to your business. We ensure a maximum refund and a good return on your investment. We don't operate any financial thresholds, ensuring that you receive everything that you're entitled to. We protect your money by operating separate client refund bank accounts in each country that we're recovering VAT from the tax offices, again ensuring that your money and your refunds are protected at all times. The analysis that we can provide through your Chrome River software ensures that you can see your potential up front. So you can see exactly what you should be recovering by a simple analysis of your Chrome River data, identifying your opportunity. So if there is a good opportunity there, we can go after that for you. If there's no opportunity, you haven't lost anything because the analysis is completely free and doesn't tie you down to anything. Through all of this, you have full control and visibility through our analytics software, giving you full access to view reports, right down to transactional items and right down to the individual receipts and images, the line items that we're submitting to the tax office on your behalf. All of our services are ISO 27001 certified. We're fully GDPR compliant. We work with some of the largest companies in the world, so security is at the heart of everything that we do. All of our data is encrypted to the highest levels. And we ensure that because you're working with the Taxback group or an EU-based company, your data never leaves the EU. Our enhanced VAT audit ensures that every single transaction that is submitted by your employees into Chrome River is audited. So we ensure that your recovery is maximized, but always in a fully compliant manner. Our continuous improvement process, again, separates us from other providers in that year on year, we'll almost guarantee you an increase of 20% more savings by educating and engaging your employees on the importance of VAT recovery, showing you where you're missing out on your refunds, which entities, which departments, which employees are costing you money by not getting and keeping compliant receipts. So we're ensuring that you're improving every year and increasing your recovery every year. The next slide shows you the process, exactly how our service works in conjunction with Chrome River. So the first thing we do, step one, is we pull in data from Chrome River. So it's data without images. So we pull in different fields like the country of employee, where the employee is based, where they travel to, the expense type, the expense amount, the value, and the date. That's pulled in from our scheduler software. Our scheduler software then sends that data across to our Sprinter software. So Sprinter, again, is a piece of software that we've developed internally. It's like a giant VAT calculator. So Sprinter runs its algorithms and determines the eligible transactions. So it looks for your opportunity. It looks for the transactions that contain eligible recoverable VAT. So Sprinter then goes back to Scheduler, confirming the eligible transactions that we're interested in auditing further. We then go back into Chrome River and we pull the expense reports and invoices associated with those eligible transactions. Those invoices are then fed through to our OCR technology, where again, it's programmed with various different things to look out for to determine whether the invoice is an eligible compliant invoice. We've confirmed through our Sprinter software that the transaction is eligible for recovery. Now we need to see if it's eligible compliant. So our OCR technology then separates the invoices that we've pulled out between eligible compliant and eligible incompliant. The eligible incompliant invoices go to our document retrieval and correction team, where we'll go back to the supplier and vendor where possible, get them to correct the incompliant invoice or replace missing invoices with certified copies of the original. The certified compliant invoice goes back into our scheduler software, and then all of that data is imported into our database. And then that's, again, something that separates us from other providers is that we send those invoices for a final check through our audit and specialist team. So it goes through 4 more stages of manual audit to ensure that we're providing best-in-class service and to ensure that every single invoice we're submitting to the tax office or providing you for a domestic VAT recovery report is 100% compliant. After the process, after we have submitted your claim to the tax office, that's not where our service ends. We then go back and we look at the initial analysis of your data that we've completed through Chrome River, and we'll identify the difference between what we've submitted to the tax office versus the original opportunity that we identified. And we identify for you which entities are losing the most VAT and why, which expense types are not being recovered or reclaimed and why by each different entity, and down to the employee. Which employee is costing you most money by not getting and keeping compliant receipts? And then we provide educational programs that you can use to educate your employees, all free of charge, to educate and engage your employees on the importance of VAT recovery, thus increasing your recovery in the following year. A key stat for all of our global clients is that 10% of your employees will contribute to 60% of your lost VAT. So even if you were just to work with that 10% of your employees, you should see a significant increase in your VAT recovery in year one. On to the VAT changes and trends. And again, this is something that, the VAT world changes quite regularly, and new countries come on board, the likes of India, China, UAE in the last number of years. And changes to VAT rates and VAT rules happen all the time. So it's important that you have a company like Taxback International keeping you up to date on all these changes and trends. Some of the changes that have happened over the last few years, I guess, for Central Europe and would be the real-time reporting. So the obligation for domestic VAT recovery that each month in advance of the tax office deadline, you would need to submit your domestic VAT recovery reporting in line with your VAT return. So some EU countries have now made this real time. The likes of Spain have made it mandatory for companies to have electronic bookkeeping in those countries. So the challenge is there for Spanish companies and for companies that have entities within Spain and other countries is that the requirement for companies to upgrade their systems across those countries, visibility to accurately audit for compliance and real-time reporting timelines without technology support, and non-compliance results in tax office audits, fines and penalties, which none of your local tax offices will want. So the solution, you need to find a technology that can automatically analyze and sort your company's data transactions into an audit-ready report in line with EU requirements. So Taxback International have developed a VAT Connect scheduler. So that allows us to pull in your data and your images on a daily basis in line with EU reporting, guaranteeing compliance. So we schedule the parameters as per your data, as per the data fields requires. Our AS software reviews data and pulls in your scheduled parameters. Our character recognition software matches images with the data text, and it sorts them into the VAT reports for auditing. So we ensure that those reports are ready in line with EU requirements daily if necessary for Spain, as mentioned. Another hot topic at the moment, and that has been for the last number of years, is Brexit. The UK, our VAT experts maintain that the UK leaving the EU without an agreement on VAT is unlikely. So, what happens when the UK, with the UK and EU VAT reclaims? So UK businesses will no longer have access to the EU VAT refund system. UK businesses will continue to be able to claim refunds of VAT from EU member states by using the existing processes for non-EU businesses. So what that means is that EU businesses will now switch from 8th directive claim to 13th directive claim. So at the minute, you can submit claims. You can submit claims through the EU VAT portal using the scanned images. When Brexit happens, that will become a 13th directive claim, where you will need to submit claims in a paper format to the tax offices, like a US company would do when claiming back from the UK, for example. So import VAT deferment scheme introduced for all imports in the UK. Distance selling agreements will no longer apply, and there will also be changes to MOS. So again, just to reiterate, for foreign VAT and domestic VAT, the difference between 8th directive and 13th directive claims, obviously the filing deadlines will change. Reporting procedures will change, reciprocity restrictions and fiscal representation, and the electronic versus paper applications for 8th and 13th directives. So there will be some changes. All of our systems are in line with will be ready for the changes, and will be there to help the UK companies to cope with those changes when they happen. Another change that has happened is the HMRC are introducing tax digital, and their aim is to make the HMRC one of the most digitally advanced tax administrations in the world. The first step will come into force in April 2019. It's not real-time reporting, but from April 2019, organizations will need to submit VAT returns in a digital format via an API. HMRC has published a list of software developers who have gone through successful testing, and there will be, like in Spain, there will be a soft landing until 31st of March 2020, whilst every company and HMRC themselves are getting used to the new processes and new rules and regulations. But again, Taxback International will be ready for any of those changes, and we're currently exploring the different changes that are happening within HMRC, and we will be ready to support companies and support our existing clients once that happens. In terms of our VAT compliance solution, Taxback International manages all VAT registrations. We file VAT returns globally. We manage Intrastat and EC sales, and we manage all risk by carrying out any checks. So we offer a full suite of VAT services outside of our foreign and domestic VAT recovery reclaim. We can also file VAT returns for you globally. As I said, manage all VAT registrations and manage Intrastat and EC sales. So it's a full suite of VAT services that we can manage for your UK company and for all of your entities worldwide. So we ensure the risk is managed, provide comfort to management and auditors alike. And that's it from me. I'm going to hand you back over to Bill just to summarize, and Sinead just to finish off the call. Thanks for your time.
Perfect. Thanks, Nigel. Thanks, everyone, for listening. So why should you choose to work with Taxback and Chrome River, and why are we partners? Well, first off, we're really good at what we do. We can provide local and global expertise in both tax and expense management. Our solutions are built using the very latest technology that's available, and we help to automate what are often very painful and difficult processes. You'll absolutely increase your compliance and reduce fraud within your company. And did you know that according to the Association of Certified Fraud Examiners, yes, there is such an association, the average loss per expense fraud is about $24,000. And we at Chrome River, we recently did a survey of 1,200 business travelers from the UK, US, and Australia. And we estimate that fraud could potentially cost American companies alone about $1.9 billion per annum, which is a phenomenal number. So Sinead, I think it's back over to you for questions and on from there.
Sinead, you may be on mute.
I am indeed. Sorry, guys, just a couple of questions have come through, and I think you covered it briefly, Nigel, but I just want to know a little bit more. So one of our attendees has said, you mentioned SII in Spain. Can you give me a little bit more information about this and how you support it?
Yeah, so our scheduler technology, I guess, allows us to pull in data from Chrome River regularly to provide reports as needed by the client, including, daily if necessary, as per the SII requirements in Spain. So the technology that we have allows us to pull in the data and images basically in real time, and thus providing reports. At the moment in Spain, it says it's real time, but it's within 4 days. So we have clients who we're providing reports to within 4 days, pulling in data daily to ensure that it's in line with those requirements.
So, in other words, while the legislation currently allows for a 4-day period, Taxback International have the capability to go straight to 1 day when that is rolled out.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Excellent. And then one more question. I think we've time for one more. with the new GDPR regulations, does the data you pull down from Chrome River comply with GDPR? This is a big one, I think, for a lot of people out there.
Yeah, and it is, and it's the big topic and has been for the last number of months. But yes, the answer to that is yes. Like our systems are designed to minimize the amount of PII data that we pull down. All our services are ISO 27001 certified. We're fully GDPR compliant, and all our quality systems are certified to ISO 9001 standard. So everything we do is to the highest encryption levels and to the highest certifications. So yeah, we're fully equipped for GDPR.
Excellent. And I think we've just one that's just come in. If we agree to move to your situation with Chrome River, sorry, just the language sometimes a little bit different. How do we go about this?
Yeah, so basically just get in touch with myself or Bill. We can set up a call to take you through a more detailed presentation if necessary. We can analyze your Chrome River data, provide you with a free analysis of your potential. And at that stage, we have an idea of what you should be recovering worldwide. So then we arrange a quick implementation call to take you through the processes, any necessary documentation that we need signed in order to recover VAT on your behalf. And because it's on contingency fee basis, again, it's really a win-win situation that if you're not recovering at the minute, you're getting back money that you haven't got back in the past. And billions go unclaimed every year in terms of VAT that's left behind by companies. So, it's your money, you should be getting it back. We can get it back for you on a contingency fee basis. And it really is a very straightforward process.
And this just one from me, Nigel, just in relation to how far you can go back with domestic claims versus foreign claims.
Yeah, so in foreign claims, it's for most countries, it's generally the previous year. So we would have passed deadlines for 2017 claim. There would have been a June and September deadline. The only country where that's different is in the Netherlands, and the Netherlands you can go back 5 years on foreign. The UK has a different deadline for 13th directive claims. So for your US employees coming into the UK, for example, there would be a December deadline, and their tax year runs from 1st of July 17 up to the 30th of June 2018. But for the majority of claims, it's the previous calendar year that you claim, and you have until June or September to claim back VAT on foreign. For domestic, it's possible to go back up to 5 years in some countries. So if we notice an opportunity, we'll analyze 1 year data. We'll show you your domestic and your foreign opportunity. And if you haven't reclaimed before, it's possible to go back up to 5 years in some countries. So the reclaim can be very significant for some companies.
Excellent. That's great. Thanks a million for that, Nigel.
No problem.
So just on behalf of Taxback International and Chrome River, I'd like to thank all of our attendees today. I hope we covered what you would like to hear, and if we didn't, please get in touch, and we are happy to answer any further questions for you. As Nigel mentioned, if you would like to have a demonstration or some further information about the talk today, please contact us. The information is now on your screen, and have a great day, and thank you for joining. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks,
Thank
Sinead.
you.
Thanks, Nigel.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Bill. Cheers.